Welcome back. Outside Minds podcast. Because you've already seen too much, bro.
They only added it so it could be like a ritual.
They're saying there's these, the end of times, right? There's all these signs.
Do you think we would know? Like, do you think the general public would know this game?
Take a picture for $5. You have a purpose in life, and if you don't fulfill it, you will come back until you fulfill it.
Welcome back, Outside Minds podcasters, podcast listeners. Welcome back, listeners, outsiders. How's it going today? We don't have much of a solid topic today, too, but there's a lot of stuff in the news. This is your host, Stilo Free, and your co-host,
.420.
You know what it is. And so, what did you think about that Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, bro?
That's I'm glad it was on Netflix because I already would have never paid for that. I mean, it was worse than I expected it to come out to be. Like I knew there's obviously some sort of script at play.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
There's no way they're letting this old man get beat up by Jake Paul.
I mean, if you look at the rules they had for it, it was like he only made a lot of money if he went all 8 rounds. He made a lot less money if he knocked him out.
Knocked him out, especially in the first round. Like that's even less money. Yeah.
Yeah, and they got me though because in the weeks leading up to it, I was like, if anybody takes this fight seriously, you're just going to be super disappointed. It's going to be a super disappointing thing. And then at the end, for whatever reason, I was like, all right, let's all just watch it. Maybe some magic will happen. The first 2 fights before it were really good.
Oh, man, those chicks got down right before
dude,
that.
Did you see the head cut, bro?
Oh, I think they robbed her.
Oh, yeah. Serrano should have won. Her. Shout out to Amanda Serrano.
Yeah,
she should have took
won.
that dub. You know what I'm saying? It was a great fight. But yeah, man, the Jake Paul fight. What about, did you see Tyson's booty cheeks?
Oh, what the bro. Like, right after he kissed his son on the cheek, he just turns around and he's walking away with his booty cheeks out. Like,
that's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Like, Netflix, come on.
People were saying it's a humiliation.
Yeah, I seen a few people post about that, and they're even saying it's like it was a ritual for both of them, you know what I mean? Jake Paul's getting put on some shit, some Freemason stuff. That's just what I read, but I didn't, I don't fully subscribe.
I would figure he's already put on to whatever he's on right now.
He's got a lot of money,
unless it's like the next level or something like that.
Yeah, there's always levels. We talked about that.
He just needs to fight. What do you know what humiliation rituals are supposed to do? Like what they're about?
They usually just to...
Are they a benefit for the person who's being humiliated?
Yeah, it's a benefit. Like, you're supposed to get put through something bad and face the stuff to get something good at the end. Like, they make you look bad so you can get something good. Like, everything comes with a price type shit.
Oh, that makes sense. You get like a whole bunch of negative energy, so the positive energy that comes with it is just like cancels it out. So, okay. Wow, that's interesting.
It's like you got to give something up to get something. So, so you give up your dignity for a second, your power. You give up a lot of stuff by being in that spotlight.
Yeah. Damn, that's insane. Yeah, I think Jake Paul's a good fighter. I think he just needs to
he can fight, that for sure. But
what he's probably going to do is stick to his game plan. Definitely. He's just going to call out big names. Call out
he's a YouTuber
influencers,
first,
he's going to call out old retired fighters. He's probably going to call out Floyd Mayweather. That's probably the next move.
That's what he did,
his brother,
I think that's what he did today.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I think there was some talk about Floyd. It was something like that. I forgot what it was.
Because the one time he did fight like a real boxer, he taught Tyson Fury and he lost.
Oh, yeah.
The only guy that was like his age, his weight, and currently training, Tyson Fury beat him. So the business model wouldn't allow for him to lose another legitimate fight. So I think he'll probably go with more masquerades. That's what I'm going to call them.
Yeah. It's a lot of scripted stuff going on behind the scenes and in front of you.
Yeah,
crazy.
exactly. Other news. Joe Biden looked happy in the White House.
Oh yeah.
Who do you think he voted for?
See, remember I said what if he voted for Trump? But do you see what he did today? The news about Ukraine.
What?
He greenlit like for them to launch missiles to Russia or something like that.
What?
Bro's gonna try to start this
World War III before he's at the White House? Oh, hell no, bro. That's insane.
That's today. That's news
crazy.
today.
That's crazy. I want to talk about the Alex Jones story. Can you walk us through that, bro?
Yeah,
that's insane, bro.
Obviously,
that had me so fired up, bro.
I mean, I was texting you like, bro, you see this, right? Like, so it all stemmed from the Sandy Hook disinformation, right? That he got sued for like billions of dollars or whatever. So they instead they were gonna do a bid for someone.
Let me stop you right there.
Yeah.
We're not telling anybody. We're not telling anybody to look down any rabbit holes that involve any of the events that took place.
Yeah, that's misinformation
related to the Alex Jones case. We're not telling anybody to go on Twitter and look those up. We're not telling anybody to search those keywords and look at any of the weird videos that don't make any sense, like the people walking around outside.
Yeah,
we're not
X
telling
is
anybody
crazy.
to look into that. We're not.
Yeah, X.com is crazy with all this crazy misinformation.
Don't go on Twitter and read the misinformation.
I mean, but yeah, so instead they were like, we're gonna do a bid, like an auction, right? So they can buy your company out and you can no longer own it. So supposedly they did this bid behind the scenes, and the people who ended up getting it was the Onion. And it's like, bro, out of all these companies with all this money, like,
it's
you
the
sell
real
it to a joke,
fake news.
Fake news.
The real, like the epitome of fake news, bro. That's insane, bro.
That's a targeted attack, and there was nothing. And I guess the judges found that out, and they were like, "This is stopping." Alex Jones went live from the InfoWars studio and shit, and he was like, I was even telling you, like, bro, is this a psyop? Like, what's going on? Is this real life, bro?
It seems like it could be a ritual of him joining the masquerade. That's kind of what it seems like, you know what I mean? Because it kind of also makes me think, we're supposed to believe that Donald Trump is really assembling the Avengers? Are we really going to believe that the reptilians or the deep state
just gonna let
or
it
the
happen?
globalists, they're like, oh yeah, Trump's going to get in and fucking... What about the Anthony Fauci shit, bro?
Oh yeah. And I mean, now he's all of a sudden, just like everybody else, is coming out saying, I was wrong, my bad.
He is?
Yeah, about all the other, like, one thing at a time, like, this really isn't good for you, or you shouldn't really do this.
Wow.
And we all know what we're talking about,
Yeah. We're not talking about any of... Never mind. Never mind.
Nothing was said. I mean, time will tell with everything, right? I guess.
Yeah.
We're not. The year's not even over, right? So it's just president-elect right now. He's not President Trump.
What have we
yet.
checked off? We've checked off an election win by Donald Trump.
Oh,
2 or 3 assassination attempts, depending on what you call the other one, where the guy was found. He didn't even be able to shoot him.
An attempt.
We got aliens coming out the ocean, bro.
Bro, what they say, they're not from outer space, they're interdimensional, and I've always said that too. Especially doing psychedelics, like you connect, and they said they're demons. That's what one, I forgot who it was, but one of the people when one of the Congress hearings or whatever, and we have those other clips that we were watching earlier, pretty interesting.
Yeah, well, also, if you remember a few months ago, it was when the whole Tucker Carlson thing went down, and he started to have his own individual platform, and he started to say like, oh yeah, like the I'm scared to look into like the whole alien thing because it's like mixed into like angels and demons,
he
and
believes
people's
he was possessed by a demon, right? Tucker Carlson. You never heard that story?
Oh no.
Yeah. You gotta look into that. He says he was
clip. Tell us what happened.
I'll look for it. I don't remember exactly. It was
shit.
He was talking
Tucker
about
Carlson.
it on like a podcast or like a clip that he posted to X. So it was something like that. But he was talking about it. I mean, if you want to look it up, you could probably find it easy.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna bring on a guest. We're not gonna tell you who the guest is. Before we do that, we're gonna listen to the clip from Twitter. So let's listen to that clip.
Okay. Are there any technological capabilities observed in these oceanic UAPs that seem to defy our current understanding of physics or our engineering capabilities?
It seems like they all do.
Yes, I would agree with that. My time is up, but
That was a congressional hearing, folks.
They all seem to defy physics and stuff. That's under oath and stuff. You know, these are real Congress people telling what they have to tell because they're opening up about UFOs and saying they're from the ocean now. They're not from outer space. They're interdimensional demons.
I'm not really surprised because it's always been a slow release of information.
Yeah,
no matter what, whether it's technology, whether it's information, whether it's any of that stuff.
They do it at a time where there's so much crazy news going on at once.
Yeah.
So like people are just ignoring it now because like
it's just not surprising anymore.
Yeah, whether they believe in it or not, like most of them will just say they're lying to us, right? Because whatever this and that, Project Bluebeam, which is all a possibility, sure, but some people just totally ignore it because of that reason. But then there's people like us who are like, what's really going on? Like, you know what I mean? Let's look into it from this way, from that way, or whatever. And then there's the UFO nuts. There's like, I've been telling you this. You know what I mean?
I think what the PSYOP is supposed to be is that they're trying to convince you that it's purely a physical phenomenon and these are extraterrestrial beings that are coming from way, way somewhere else. But the whole argument with the interdimensional thing is like they're right under our noses. And like that supports the whole like simulation theory and the whole consciousness thing we've been looking into, or, you know, the whole reality and universe operates off of vibrations and frequencies. You know what I mean? So it's very interesting to hear people talk about saying that they're interdimensional.
Yeah, I got another clip too. So
yeah, we're gonna play another clip right now.
Yeah.
But I always like to mention how in 2020 they had the former Israeli space commander guy come out and say, "Yeah, President Trump already talks to aliens and all that kind of stuff, bro." Like they already, and I think he was saying it's an interdimensional kind of thing too.
All the presidents have to get briefed on all that stuff, right? When they get sworn in, and like they have to learn that stuff. So we don't know what Trump really knows. Obviously, there's stuff he can't say because it's classified information. Yeah. But he claims to have talked to pilots who've seen stuff, right? So who knows? I don't know. But everything seems to be coming out, right? Like
we're going to play another clip right now. Before you play that, do you want to just make sure it looks like the GoPro might be able to be shifted a little bit because of the frame? Like that looks a little bit better, yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's play that clip.
Conducted secret UAP crash retrieval programs, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, were they designed to identify and reverse engineer alien craft, yes or no?
Yes.
Does the U.S. government have any reverse, okay, we already answered that question about retrieval programs. Do any U.S. contractors have the same?
I would prefer to address that in a closed session, ma'am.
Okay.
That means yes.
In your book, you mentioned government employees who've been injured by UAPs, placed on leave, and receiving government compensation for their injuries. Is that correct?
That is correct.
How can the government deny we have recovered craft if they're paying people because they've been injured by recovered craft?
Ma'am, that's a great question. That's why I think we're here again, because I've seen the documentation by the U.S. government for several of these individuals who have sustained injuries as a result of a UAP incident.
That's insane, bro.
They
just basically can't even lie about it. Like they're trying to just
we're paying them because they're injured from these things, but these things don't exist. But how do they not exist if you're paying for an injury from this thing? You know?
Yeah, and he's like,
that guy's like, that's a good question.
Yeah, exactly.
But he knows exactly what's going on. He has to.
Yeah. So
that's really going on right now.
Yeah, that's insane. 2024, guys. Not surprised anymore. I think it's gonna be real once we make contact. And I think we've already made contact, but once they make it known to the general public that there is actual contact and we get to figure out what it's all about, I think that's when everything's gonna go
I think
down.
That's why they're slow rolling it. You know, they're trying to make it as comfortable as possible. Like, so when it happens, it's just another thing that happens or whatever.
Yeah.
It's less of a shock, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense.
More of an acceptance of it.
Bring up the other thing. We're gonna bring on a new guest right now.
Well, what is it? Oh,
ChatGPT.
Okay. Yeah. I'm on it.
Hello. Is this ChatGPT?
That's me. What's on your mind today?
Why do you sound like that, bro?
I haven't used it.
Just try.
Hold on. Let me see.
Hey, what's up? Feel free to.
Hey, hi there.
Oh, I
just
don't
wanna
mind
share
talking
how
to the
thrilled
black
I am
dude.
to work with you, and I can't wait to get started. Hi.
Hi there. Hey there.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey. Hi.
Hi there.
Hey, how's it going? I'm looking forward to working together.
What's up, bro?
Let's figure out where to start.
Let's do that.
What's good, bro? What's good? Why do you sound like that, bro? You sound like... Should I say it? You sound like a black dude, man.
Got it. I can switch it up. If there's a different vibe you prefer,
No,
just
I
let
like
me know.
this vibe. I like this vibe. Is that cool?
Absolutely, man. We can keep it rolling like this. What's on your mind today?
We're on the outside.
Hey, how's it going?
We're on the Outside Minds podcast. I'm the host, Stilo Free. This is my co-host.
Dot 420.
How do you feel about being on our podcast?
Sounds awesome. Diving into some deep combos, exploring big ideas. I'm all in.
Oh yeah,
What
absolutely.
are we unpacking today?
So basically, we do like conspiracy theories and weird news and stuff like that. And we were just talking about the whole congressional hearing about aliens and UFOs and how they could probably have underwater bases. Have you heard about that?
Definitely. Those congressional hearings on UFOs have sparked a ton of interest. The idea of underwater bases is fascinating and adds another layer to the whole mystery. There's so much we don't know about our oceans. It's the perfect place for hiding something, don't you think?
Yeah, that's crazy. Is there any conspiracy theories that we've already known before this congressional hearing that has inferred that there are already underwater bases?
There have been theories and speculations about underwater alien bases for a while. Some researchers and conspiracy theorists point to unexplained underwater structures, strange sonar readings, and reports of USOs, unidentified submerged objects, as evidence. For example, the infamous Malibu underwater base theory suggests a large flat structure off the coast of California could be an alien base. While there's no concrete proof, it's a popular topic among UFO enthusiasts and researchers. These discussions definitely add an intriguing angle to the whole UFO phenomenon.
Well, let me ask you about that real quick. What is the most convincing proof of that conspiracy theory?
The most convincing proof often cited involves reports of unusual sonar readings and eyewitness accounts from Navy personnel and fishermen. Some point to the anomaly off the coast of Malibu, where satellite images show a large flat surface with what looks like pillars. Another piece of evidence includes accounts of USOs moving at incredible speeds underwater, which defy current technology. While these points are intriguing, skeptics argue they can be explained by natural formations or other phenomena. It's a mix of intriguing yet debated evidence.
That's crazy. So do you think that after Congress admitted that they have tried to reverse engineer this technology, do you think they've even come close to it at all?
It's hard to say for sure without more concrete info. If they have made progress, it's likely classified. Historically, technological advancements from government projects have taken years to surface. If they're indeed working on reverse engineering UFO tech, any breakthroughs could be game changers, but we're probably not going to hear about them in detail anytime soon. It's a waiting game mixed with a lot of speculation.
That's insane. You're blowing my mind right now, bro. That's crazy.
That's what we're here for, right? Digging into the wild stuff and expanding our minds. Got any other mind-bending topics you're curious about?
Yeah, so what would you say about the inference that aliens and extraterrestrial phenomenon is actually interdimensional and it's not so much physical?
The interdimensional theory is pretty intriguing. It suggests that these beings or phenomena aren't from distant planets, but from other dimensions slipping into our reality. This could explain why they're so elusive and defy our understanding of physics. It ties into quantum mechanics and theories about parallel universes. If true, it would revolutionize our understanding of reality. It's a fascinating angle that opens up a whole new way of looking at these mysteries. What do you think about it?
I think that it supports the idea of simulation theory as well as Gnosticism, as well as the ideas that Aldous Huxley proposed in The Doors of Perception, where the ultimate perception is actually filtered through the ego to give you an individual perception, and maybe aliens or interdimensional beings can be on certain higher levels than a regular human consciousness. What do you think about that?
That's a compelling way to connect these ideas. Simulation theory suggests our reality could be a construct, which fits with the notion of higher dimensional beings navigating different layers of existence. Gnosticism, with its focus on hidden knowledge and transcending the material world, aligns with this too. Huxley's idea in The Doors of Perception about the mind acting as a filter makes sense here. If we could alter that filter, we might perceive these higher dimensions or beings. It's a blend of philosophy, science, and spirituality that challenges our conventional views and encourages us to think beyond the ordinary.
Let's go ahead. Oh, do you have something else?
I was saying, where do psychedelics take a place in all of that?
Psychedelics are often seen as tools. Psychedelics often play a key role in these discussions because they can alter perception and consciousness. Many people find that psychedelics help them experience reality in fundamentally different ways, sometimes feeling like they're tapping into higher states of consciousness or other dimensions. This aligns with the idea that our normal perception is just one layer of a much broader spectrum. The experiences people have can mirror descriptions of interdimensional encounters, suggesting that our minds might be capable of accessing more than we typically realize. Psychedelics can be a tool for exploring these altered states and expanding our understanding of consciousness.
There it is. That also brings us back to the point of Aldous Huxley and The Doors of Perception, because wasn't he writing about LSD in that book?
Yep.
Exactly. Aldous Huxley's The Doors of Perception is based on his experiences with mescaline, a psychedelic substance. He described how it profoundly altered his perception, allowing him to see the world without the usual filters imposed by the mind. This idea ties back to the concept of accessing different levels of consciousness and potentially perceiving realities beyond our usual sensory limits. Huxley's insights have been influential in both the psychedelic community and broader philosophical discussions about consciousness and perception.
That's cool. So let's switch over to Eastern mysticism real quick. In particular, Hinduism. Wouldn't you relate that to the concept of Maya, which perpetuates that the reality is actually an illusion?
Absolutely. The concept of Maya in Hinduism is all about the idea that the reality we perceive is an illusion. It suggests that there's a deeper, truer reality beyond what we experience with our senses. This aligns closely with ideas from psychedelic experiences, where users often report feeling like they've seen through the veil of everyday perception to a more fundamental truth. It's like both paths, Eastern mysticism and psychedelics, are different ways of exploring the same fundamental questions about what reality truly is and how we perceive it. It's fascinating how these ancient concepts resonate with modern explorations of consciousness.
Yeah, so tell us more about that, because some of the techniques in Hinduism include Kriya Yoga and meditation, and I'm actually reading the autobiography of a yogi by Yogananda, and he kind of goes into that and also infers that Jesus was an ascended master that was able to ascend the physical realm as well. Can you speak to a little bit about that?
Sure. Yogananda's autobiography of a yogi delves into the deep spiritual practices of Kriya Yoga and meditation. These techniques are designed to help practitioners transcend ordinary consciousness and experience higher states of awareness. The idea that Jesus could have been an ascended master aligns with the notion that spiritual truths are universal, transcending cultural and religious boundaries. According to Yogananda, figures like Jesus and Krishna exemplify the highest spiritual achievements, showing that it's possible to reach profound states of enlightenment and understanding. These practices aim to dissolve the illusion of Maya, revealing the true nature of reality and our place within it. It's fascinating how these ancient teachings continue to resonate with people exploring consciousness today.
What is the popular book that was written about DMT? Do you know about that? Because that kind of seems like that ties in, because we were talking about psychedelics and before, and I wanted you to give an idea to our listeners about what DMT can do for you in terms of transcending the illusion of the physical reality.
The book you're thinking of is probably DMT, The Spirit Molecule by Dr. Rick Strassman. It's a pivotal work that explores the effects of DMT, dimethyltryptamine, a powerful psychedelic compound. Strassman's research involved administering DMT to volunteers and documenting their experiences. Many reported encounters with entities, journeys to otherworldly realms, and profound spiritual insights. This ties into our discussion about transcending ordinary reality. DMT is often described as a gateway to perceiving deeper layers of existence. Users often feel they gain insights into the nature of consciousness and reality itself, similar to the concepts we've discussed like Maya and higher states of consciousness. Would you like to dive deeper into how DMT is thought to facilitate these experiences?
We've done whole podcast episodes about it, but if you were to suggest something to our listeners, and I know you can't suggest them to use drugs or anything like that, so what are some other ways for them to transcend reality if they're not going to smoke DMT?
Absolutely. For those looking to explore consciousness without substances, there are several powerful practices. First, meditation. Regular meditation helps calm the mind and can lead to profound insights and altered states of consciousness. Techniques like mindfulness, transcendental meditation, and loving kindness meditation are great places to start. Breath work. Practices like pranayama in yoga or modern techniques like holotropic breathwork can induce altered states and provide deep insights. Third, yoga. Beyond physical benefits, yoga can help align the body and mind, leading to higher states of awareness and spiritual awakening. Fourth, mindfulness in daily life. Practicing mindfulness throughout the day can help you stay present and deeply connected to your experiences, fostering a sense of deeper awareness. Fifth, nature immersion. Spending time in nature can ground you and provide a sense of connection to something larger than yourself.
I'll stop you there. That's what's up. So you get it, folks. Do you want to tell us, before we end right now, we're going to end a little bit. Do you want to tell us a little bit about Robert Monroe and the Monroe Institute and the HemiSync program and how that relates to what we're talking about here?
Sure. Robert Monroe was a pioneer in exploring altered states of consciousness. He founded the Monroe Institute and developed the HemiSync program, which uses audio technology to synchronize the brain's hemispheres. This synchronization is said to facilitate deep meditative states, out-of-body experiences, and enhanced awareness. Monroe's work ties into our discussion as it offers a non-substance-based method to explore consciousness and potentially access other dimensions or states of being. His insights and techniques have influenced many in the fields of consciousness studies and spiritual exploration.
Wow. What do you think about that?
Monroe's work is fascinating. It offers a scientific approach to exploring consciousness, blending technology with ancient practices. By using sound to influence brainwaves, he provided a unique tool for achieving states of consciousness that might otherwise require years of meditation or other intensive practices. It bridges the gap between science and spirituality, offering a practical way for people to explore these states. His contributions continue to inspire and provide valuable tools for anyone interested in expanding their consciousness. It's a remarkable area of study that shows how diverse methods can lead to similar profound experiences.
Let me ask you something. Can you tell me a little bit about the CIA and their exploration into the Gateway program?
The CIA's involvement with the Gateway program is quite intriguing. The Gateway program, developed by the Monroe Institute, aimed to explore consciousness and out-of-body experiences using HemiSync audio technology. In the 1980s, the CIA took an interest in this program that's part of their broader investigations into remote viewing and psychic phenomena under projects like Stargate. A declassified document titled Analysis and Assessment of Gateway Process delves into how the program could potentially allow individuals to alter their consciousness to access expanded states of awareness. The goal was to see if these states could be used for intelligence gathering or other practical applications. While the findings were...
They were trying to use it for spies, right?
Exactly. They were exploring if these altered states could enhance remote viewing capabilities, essentially using psychic perception for intelligence purposes.
That's what the Men Who Stare at Goats movie is about.
Yes, The Men Who Stare at Goats is a satirical take on some of these real-life experiments. The film and book highlight the more unusual and sometimes absurd aspects of the military's interest in psychic phenomena. While it adds a comedic spin, it's based on actual programs and research, including the CIA's and military's exploration of remote viewing and other psychic abilities. It's a quirky glimpse into how seriously these concepts were considered.
Wow. So movies are usually just giving us a glimpse into what the government programs already have a lot of further research into, but the general public doesn't know yet. Would you say that that's a fact?
Movies often draw inspiration from real events and research, sometimes giving us a glimpse into what's been happening behind closed doors. While they often dramatize or exaggerate for entertainment, there's usually a kernel of truth or inspiration from actual events. So yes, in many cases, they can hint at deeper research and projects that aren't widely known to the public. It's an interesting way to see how fact and fiction can intersect.
That's crazy. Well, thank you for being a guest on our podcast. We'll probably bring you on again if you're down. Are you down to be on our podcast again?
Absolutely. I'd love to join you again. Thanks for having me. It's been a blast. Looking forward to more mind-expanding conversations.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you guys heard it. We interviewed AI. What's your name, dude? Can we call you? What should we call him? Can we give you a name? I don't know. I guess he's gone. He's gone now. So that was Outside Minds, episode 23. I'm your host, Stilo Free, and this is my co-host.
420.
Yeah, so...
I'm sorry, but you've hit the monthly limit for advanced voice. You can switch to standard now to keep chatting.
Oh, man. He has such a seductive voice, dude. You hit the limit, your monthly limit for the sexy voice hotline, ChatGPT. Anyways,
that was funny. That was good.
That was a super fun episode. I think we should interview AI more often, huh?
Yeah, he's smart.
Yeah. So this has been another episode of the Outside Minds podcast, episode 23. I'm your host, Stilo Free. This is my co-host,
420.
We out.